Yes, sir.
Let's go live then. And trying to open this up. Always take a minute here.
I forgot I printed those.
We should be live now, if I'm not mistaken. Give me a second, guys. If you guys can listen to me in the chat. Awesome. Can you guys see us and hear us in the chat? For some reason, it's not picking up on my side.
Got a delay in the chat, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's usually a few seconds.
A few seconds. Oh, I see it now. Thank God. Awesome, guys. Thank you guys for being here another Monday, a special Monday. I guess we got the Canada chapter in the house here. It's like
yes,
connection, man. What's going on? That's awesome, man. Special guest, Chris Robinson, GCM. Always a pleasure to have you here, brother.
Hi, guys.
Our brothers, True North, Adam and Chad, welcome in, brother. Thank you for being here with us, man.
Hey guys, thanks for having us.
Awesome. We got our Canada chapter, Mr. Jake.
Hello. If anybody in the chat wants to keep track how many times we say A tonight.
Hey. right. That is awesome. And Bennett is here. 307 Scoot Scott. I think he's eating dinner, if I'm not mistaken, but Bennett is here with us. We got some of the guys coming in. I see a bunch of people in the chat already. Guys, thank you for being here with us. We got Vince, Kevin Gibbs, Truck Crawlers, Dennis, Raymond, welcome in. Hot Rod Hobbies, TT4C, Rob Gunning, Darren, welcome in. Thompson RC, Jeff, Big Wreck Tony in the house. AC Froggies, how you doing, brother? Good to see you here, man. Thank you guys for being here with us. 907 Arctic Robert, how you doing, brother? You are done RC, how you doing? Welcome in, guys. If I miss anybody, Adams Playground in the house, welcome in, guys. Thank you for being here with us in another Monday. We really appreciate you guys. Got again some special guests tonight. We are very excited. Chicky RC, Josh, welcome in, brother. Man, we have been busy, right, Jake? The last, well, the whole year, basically, here in Operation 11 Charlie. We ASD was this past weekend. Fortunately, we weren't able to be there, but everything I've seen, it looks like it was amazing. The guys with that awesome cause they do there, autism crawl. It's just incredible the stuff that they do. We always supporting them, of course. We have TT4C Rob Gunning. They have an event coming up, guys. And also I want to share something. They have a raffle going on. It's a West May built, guys. Wow. It's just incredible. Yeah. The link is on the chat. I'm trying to share the Jake, if you see it, bro, I'm trying to share the link for that actual raffle what that got going on.
See if I can find it.
If you can find it. But it's just awesome. It is $5 a spot. Right, guys? It says let me see, I can share this for you guys real quick. So right here is the right here's the raffle that we got going on. I
need that in my life.
Right. It's just awesome, man. The stuff that they did is $5 a spot. Enter as many times as you like. Winner would be announced on September 30th. It's just incredible, the stuff. Let me see, I can show some of the pics here, guys. It's just incredible.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah. And of course, always West just building some incredible stuff here. Some of the pics.
I like it. Those seats are awesome.
Right? They look incredible, man.
Wow.
Yeah, some of the process and stuff that he has been putting on, guys. So anybody want to jump in on this? Right here is $5 a spot there. The link is pinned on the top to PayPal. The guys there from TT4C, Rob Gunning, friends and family. So everything that they get from this, yeah, they're gonna be donated to Operation 11 Charlie. We cannot thank them enough. Just incredible, guys. So awesome. Rob and everybody out there from TT4C, thank you so much for the amazing support that they always give us. So guys, I think it's until that's next weekend, I believe, 30th, right? Is when they're gonna be closing. They're gonna have an event there next weekend that we're gonna have some of our guys from Operation 11 Charlie will be there. And is let me see here, trying to read some of the stuff here. It's a Crawler Canyon RC Park, right? It's gonna be Sunday, September 25th. So a couple of days after, well, 5 days after that event is when they're gonna close out that raffle, guys. So anybody there on that location, Crawler Canyon RC Park, guys, it's a lot of fun there. A lot of guys will be there. They're looking forward to it. Then, thank you, Rob. So the winner will be announced on the 30th. Awesome. Thank you, Nick. Welcome in, brother. Kurt's RC, welcome in, man. Good to have you here. JD's RC, thank you guys for being here. Swampers, Bill, thank you guys for being here with us. RC Patina, Eric in the house. Simlai, welcome in. Thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button for us, guys. So thank you for being here. So we got that event going on. I think I hear an echo somewhere, guys.
You have to mute your mic there and that one.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute you guys for a minute. Yeah, that's it's chat and is it? No. Let me see. Give me a second, chat. Probably the phone, the one that you guys are using for, it's not muted.
The one on the desk, I think, was still open.
Yeah, that's the one that need to talk to. The one that they using as a camera, that's the one that it has to be mute because there's some kind of echo there. It's still
Not
picking
now.
up, right? Now it's
good
gone.
now. Yeah.
Yes, it's gone there. So Adam, you're gonna have to unmute yourself from there.
Oh, I think Javier, you have him muted on your end.
Yeah, and let me see why it's not asked to be unmute. I'm trying to unmute them. Of course.
How's that?
So now, yeah, that one, for some reason, I cannot hear you in the other one. The one, now the echo is gone.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So sorry for that. So we got that event coming up next weekend, actually. Then also this weekend coming up here in Operation 11 Charlie, we're excited to do induction ceremonies. If we have any new guys here in the channel with us, we are a 501c3 nonprofit for veterans. We help our veterans get into the hobby. We do two types of induction ceremony: full induction ceremony for veterans that are never been in the hobby. They don't, and we help them get an RC, batteries, chargers, tool, you name it, a whole package for them to get in the hobby. Be part of Operation 11 Charlie, our organization, go out to the trails, stay focused. That's our main goal. We help them go out to some events. So everything that we do here, like this raffle's going on, anything that we do here is for that. In particular, we cannot thank all our sponsors and supporters, right? We have 5 induction ceremony going on this weekend. We got 4 here locally in Florida. And then we have one, and actually in that event, we have close by. So we're looking forward to that. We are very excited for that. We have another event that we got coming up next month. It is Proland by the Fire. So anybody will be is going to Proland by the Fire. Make sure to stop, and our booth will be there with our California chapter. Some of our guys. Also, we're gonna have an induction ceremony out there. We got some new veterans that are gonna go with us, so we are very excited on that. And right after that is another event that we got in Utah that we will have more information on that. It's going to be around Veterans Day here in America. Now it's November 11th, so around Veterans Day here.
Yeah.
So anyway, Jake, brother.
Yeah.
I know you got a nice shirt there, bro. That is right. Thank you. So that our guys there from Canada, finally, man, after all this time waiting for it, we were able to get some stuff sent to Jake. Jake is our Canada rep.
Yes, sir.
So those shirts right there, it's gonna be for our Canada chapter. We got the red with the white logo on it, right? I think it looks awesome. What you guys think,
like
man?
Oh yeah, they look
good.
great. Absolutely. Yeah, I want one.
Yes. So it's awesome. That's awesome. So we also you have I think the other ones are black, the regular ones, black with the.
I believe so. I can go. I think actually, I want to say there's blue, but I might be mistaken.
But the blue one is we got polos. You got your polo,
okay,
blue, red, and the black for you as well. So so I think they look awesome, man. So all the guys have been waiting for, all our veterans out there from Canada. The guys are still serving, so we got some stuff, some goodies out there, man. And you got some patches going your way as well.
Awesome. So yeah, if anybody wants any, just reach out to me. I'll figure out how to get them to you. So
Definitely. Yeah.
Awesome,
Be proud to represent you guys.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Let's start with our special guest real quick. Let me see here. We got anybody came in. Queenie, thank you for being here. Really appreciate you. Frank Haynes, what's up, Frank? Good to see you, brother. If I miss anybody in the chat, Super Scale, welcome in. Let me see. AC, welcome in. Car, Kansas. We are working in some other states. It's a long process for a rep to be in process. Yeah, definitely we adding more chapters in different states. So just be patient with us, guys. But welcome in, guys. So I guess we start with Adam and Chad. Right?
Good evening.
Right. If you guys want to introduce yourself, so people will know a little bit more about you guys.
Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Chad. This is Adam. We're True North RC. We've certainly had a lot of fun in the hobby. Met a lot of great people over the last few years. Absolutely. Yeah. We do. A little bit about us. We do a lot of 3D printing. We also do laser etching. I don't know if anybody's seen our badges. What we got here? These kind of things. I don't know if it's hard to see on camera or not, but we do a lot of laser etched badges. License plates, canoes, trucks. If you dream it, we'll build it. Yeah, exactly. You dream it, we'll build it. We do a lot of 3D printing as well, Chad said. So we'll do custom 3D printing and our own in-house designs and printing. And the newest thing is we do a lot of rig building too. So we've over the last couple of years been doing custom rig building, and some pretty cool requests have come forward. And but I don't know, we're just kind of along for the ride, really enjoying meeting a lot of great people in this hobby. It's I don't know, man. When I came into this hobby, I'll tell you, I never would have thought I would be making lifelong friends, and here we are. You know, we got Chris on the screen, and I think I've seen Chris more than I might have seen my wife this summer, which is pretty amazing considering we live about 8 hours apart from each other, right? So
we've done a lot of road trips this year up to a lot of different friends' houses, and
absolutely
a lot of different events. We started up events this year again. Chris and ourselves and a few other folks worked on an event in Warsaw Caves this year, the GCM Adventure Series. That was a blast.
Oh, yeah.
We had a lot of fun doing there. And we had a lot of new people.
There you go.
One right there. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of new people. I mean, Chris had asked at one point how many first-timers we had there, and I was amazed at the amount of hands that popped up. So the hobby's certainly growing, that's for sure. I mean, myself, I started out as a racer. I had a track in my side yard, and then I met a fella named Shiny Shane. He walked into my garage with one of these built Blazers, and I was done from that day on. It was tiny tires for life, LRT, everything, right, Chris?
Oh yes, that's exactly right. Yes, sir.
But we do a lot of things. I mean, I think one of the things that started me out in the business part of it were these little gems. I made some canoes for the G6 at Warsaw, and these things have just taken off all over the world now.
Yeah, we're shipping, we were just trying to figure out before we got on the video call how many we've produced, and well over 200 now. And like Chad said, we've been shipping them North America, Canada, the States, overseas. It's been Guam. Yeah, Guam. It's just been wild how many people want one of these canoes. And we started a couple of weeks ago playing around with different scales as well. I didn't bring it, I should have, but we've got some 124 scale versions now, and working on some 114th and some 116th. So, and they're pretty wild. I mean, we they're 3D printed, but outside of that, we hand paint, we hand polish, sand, all of the wood on them is all laser etched wood and that. And I don't know, it was kind of a neat little, that's how I met Chad actually. Was we didn't know each other before we got into the hobby, and I got into it about 5 years ago. I was wandering around my local town with a buddy and popped into an RC shop, and I went, holy, this is unreal. Being a static modeler my whole life, I had no idea that this kind of thing existed. And I think I met Chad at a local event about a year into it, like the fall fling. Yeah. And, this big guy tells me, hey, why don't you come over to my house one day? And, you never meet somebody like that, and he invites you over to his house. What do? You run over there, right? And I think that was kind of when we kicked off our friendship. And I remember seeing the canoes for the first time. And I think I got one of the early commission canoes on my four-door Jeep build. We had done a special edition canoe, and I don't know, it just kind of took off from there. And
and I mean, throughout the hobby, we've met a lot of people. And I mean, over the last, I'm going to have to say 4 years, people that I call brother. Yeah. I mean, they're family. Chris being one of them. I think the first time I met Chris, I knocked his brand new painted Jeep body halfway across his shop.
I don't remember that at all. I don't know what that was about, but we're still friends anyway.
But I mean, yeah, and it was a shiny chain paint job. So I mean, hey, he'll buff it out, right?
Yeah,
he'll buff out. That's good.
And those look
awesome.
So much.
Real quick, guys, Hot Rod Hobbies, thank you for the donation. Go ahead, guys. Thank you so much, Hot Rod.
Yeah, Hot Rod Hobbies is actually a new hobby shop that was just purchased by the Howard family in Hamilton, Ontario.
That is awesome.
They're just opening up the doors October 1st, from what I understand.
Oh, that is awesome. Congratulations. Yep. That is awesome, man. Got to support those local hobby shops, man.
Well, we have some amazing ones that we deal with. I mean, the main ones we deal with, Hot Rod Hobbies is new, but Paris Junction has been our go-to for many years, and that family's become family. And 110 Hobbies that Chris knows very well. I mean, Paul's pretty awesome up there.
But you got to, right? If you don't support the local hobby shops, they fade away, and then you're stuck buying stuff on a website. And I don't know, we're pretty strong into the whole mom and pop, brick and mortar supporting stores up here. So you got to, otherwise, it turns into an internet hobby, and that's not any fun.
Yeah, and they don't. They're very nice in not having to give us receipts that we don't have to bring home.
Yeah. For an extra $5, they'll make you a receipt for your wife that takes the price significantly down. So.
A personalized one, yeah.
Absolutely. Adam only spent $12 today. Fantastic.
Everything's $20.
What they didn't tell you is there's two things that they didn't tell you just now. So when you go to Chad's house for the first time, you become best friends because Chad's basement is like RC heaven. Okay, there's a 1/24th, 1/18th crawling course in the basement, and there's a on-road track that goes up the wall and around like this, and then he's got on the concrete, he put in a painted track for these little 1/24th associated cars. And then, of course, there's multiple scale garages and stuff all over the place. And there's like, it's like way nicer than my setup. There's like trucks hanging around with like lights on it and stuff. Like if you look beside Adam there, you can see there's like all the trucks and trailers are all lit up with LEDs and stuff. It's just, it's so amazing, man.
You have to light up everything. Everything has to get lit up.
Hey, not to brag, Chris, but we're also currently building a 1/14 scale loading dock for the semis down here. So
yeah, we're actually going to do a GCM warehouse with 2 loading bays for our own kind of 1/14 scale drive-offs of it. We've got the forklift here, and we're going to have some fun with it.
We have very, very patient, significant others, so we have to thank them for being understanding of our odd obsession with toys.
Well, and I mean, here at True North, we host build nights every Friday night.
Yep.
So all the local guys can come out and they get the chance to, if they need certain tools, or I mean, I think we've even called Chris once or twice on a build night where somebody's been stuck with a problem. It's usually me, but
that is awesome. Hey, that's the way to do it, man. That's why we love this hobby, man. Help each other out and the community just real quick. I said, Carl, thank you for the donations, brother. We really appreciate you very much, man. Thank you so much. Guys, Jake posts the Facebook link for you guys. Is that the only place that people can get a hold of you guys, or there's another way? Instagram, anything like that?
YouTube.
Facebook's the best way, or YouTube. You can get us on. We're currently putting together like a newer website for True North RC, but it's a little bit out. But Facebook or YouTube's the best way to get a hold of us.
And for the orders, stuff like that. Got you. Awesome, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Orders, inquiries. Even if you want to just come and hang out with us, shoot us a message and we'll set up a time.
I mean, they said every Friday night we do build nights from 4:30 till whenever. I mean, there's been certain nights where, I mean, a good friend of ours, Chris Rappel, Scale Town is his YouTube channel. Him and I have sat here. I mean, we were just talking about it at Berkeley, where we were in my basement giggling like kids until 3 a.m, tearing apart every single servo I had to try and get the fan to turn on this little truck here.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
man.
that's the one.
He's in the chat somewhere.
I see. Yeah, Scale Town. He's in the chat.
He's in the chat somewhere.
Chris is lurking around.
Yeah.
I think you said Super Scale was in there too. Super Scale is Kyle. He's a local guy to us.
Oh yeah, Super Scale. Yeah. He's not a happy boy these days though. He got dethroned pretty hardcore this past weekend.
Yeah, Lance we took all the trophies.
You go to events with Mr. Super Scale Kyle for the last 3 or 4 years, and he cleans house, and he gets dethroned this weekend. And me and Chad are kind of nervous though. Like, man, what's he going to bring to the next competition, right? Yeah. Little 1/24 scale working cigarette lighters and everything. Like, we'll never be able to keep up to the guy at this point in time.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've all seen the truck that he did for Chris, the Bob Ross build. That thing is just out of this world.
Oh man,
yeah, out of this world.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Super Scale, SUPA Scale, you got to look him up on Facebook and YouTube, and the builds are just they're mind numbing.
That's the one right there.
There it is, right there.
Just incredible, man. Look at that. He's right there on the chat. Yo, what's up? Thank you for being here with us, bro. Look at that, man. That's just incredible. Let me spotlight it real quick. Just
incredible. I'll give you some of the details here too. Yeah.
It's just incredible, man.
So, I mean, this has leather seats with ripped holes in it.
Wow.
There's Crocs in it.
Amazing, man.
And then this is the crown jewel right here.
Wow, bro. Look at that, man.
There's a painted, and there's even a painted Range Rover in the Bob Ross painting.
That is amazing, man. What incredible super scale RC, man. That's just incredible, man. Wow.
Imagination and talent.
I want to send I'm gonna send a little plug in for Super Scale Kyle too, because he actually does these kinds of jobs on commission. So you can actually get a hold of Kyle on Super Scale and he'll actually build you the whole thing, or you can send him one of your builds and like get him to do the whole detail work, an interior, like an engine bay. Like, I mean, he does all this stuff as part of his hobby. And you know, I mean, you can, I am so proud to own a truck from Kyle. This thing is an absolute gem. It's so unbelievably good.
Wow.
That is
It's
a forever
art,
truck.
you know, it's art.
And that's
It's
the
a forever
trouble,
truck.
right?
It's art.
Yes.
They're beautiful. I have 2 in my collection from Kyle, and I'm scared to even put a battery in them. I don't want to scratch them or dent them because it's unreal.
I have a truck from Kyle, the Unicorn, the one that, you know. Kyle's been working on a truck for me for, I think, I don't know how long now.
A couple of weeks, maybe.
No, I would wait years and years. Well, I actually am for a truck from Kyle.
But it's so worth it, right? I mean, at the end of the day, for those of you who don't know who Superscale is, look them up. And if you ever get an opportunity to see one of those builds in real life, it's just
it's art.
Yeah, it's mind numbing. It's just some of the finite details are just.
Well, he built Shane that Jeep. What, 4 years ago?
Yep.
3 years ago?
3 years ago.
And I mean, I've seen that truck 100 times, and every time I see it, there's always something new. Like, you look under the seat, and there's a chocolate bar wrapper or a burnt cigarette, or it's insane in the detail.
That was that truck, Javier. You've seen that Jeep because he won a bunch of gallery awards at USDE that year.
Yes,
That's
I
right.
remember that one.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's a green Woody XJ Wagoneer with the whole interior. I think he won best interior and best detail, I think.
Yes, I've seen that in
Yeah, I
person.
think so,
That's just crazy. Talking about USD, are you guys? I know. Hopefully, Chris, we can see you. I'm tired of seeing that cardboard.
Cardboard Chris and Dana. Well, let's hope that Cardboard Chris and Dana don't come back to USDE. Let's get the real ones.
Hopefully we could get you next year, guys. How about Adam and Chad? Are you guys planning come this way next year?
Well, we're debating on it. We you know, we got to take care of some stuff on our end first and look into all of the shots and all of that fun stuff we need now. So, but we'll see. We were just talking about it before we hopped on, and let's say we're going to make plans to attend, and we'll just see if there's any roadblocks in the way that'll prevent us from getting there.
Well, and you'll also have to let us know how many of the rigs you've got set up for the vets this year, because I'm going to send down radio tags again.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll send some of that down, and maybe we'll design you up, because we do with the badging that we do for the vehicles. We also do the custom designed ones. So I mean, we've done one for certain hobby shops,
absolutely,
for certain custom builds. So maybe I'll make up some scale Operation 11 Charlie badges for people's trucks.
Yeah.
Oh
absolutely.
my God, that would be awesome. And talking about, we are planning hopefully next year the same way as you guys. We are planning to go to you guys. So whatever event that Chris makes and GCM, any events out there in your area, we planning. We already talked to Jake. We're planning to be there at some point.
Awesome.
So
you've got to come to Warsaw. It's absolutely amazing weekend.
Yeah. Awesome. We can't wait for. We're gonna plan. We're gonna tell some of our guys, and we're gonna go there. Definitely. Look at Cam. Come on, Jake. He said 151 days till UST, bro. I don't want to.
That wasn't me. I didn't say that.
We're counting the days, bro. Oh my Lord.
I don't know that guy.
Yeah, right. It's gonna come here quick. You'd be surprised. Some of the guys I think somebody said, especially the truck that Chris was showing, I wouldn't run that on the trails. You'd be surprised. USD, you see most of those rigs are on the trails and very capable. It's just incredible.
That's what we heard, A lot of don't scratch the paint trucks, and everybody just got to show them off a little bit.
That's kind of what Berkeley was, where we were this last weekend, is the scale adventure in our area. And Dana it's a passion for him with what he does on the trails, and it's a dollhouse course. Yep. He's got some harder lines if you want to risk scratching that paint, but other than that, he's got all the buildings out there and all that stuff. I mean, Scaletown's got a good video of it on the event last weekend right now.
We'll be dropping one probably tomorrow or Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll drop our video on that one, and no, it's fun, but I don't know, like you guys are probably like us. You build a nice, shiny, fancy truck, and you're like, it's sitting on the shelf, and 3 days later, it's just carnage, right? Because you can't leave them on the shelf for too long. That doesn't happen.
Jake, if you could post their links from their channel.
I can do that.
Thank you, brother. Awesome. You look at, man.
Don't forget the YouTube. They're doing. What day is it that you're doing your Thursday reviews or whatever it is? Which one is that? What day is that? What's that called?
Are you talking to us?
You guys are doing reviews.
Oh, Shop Talk? Yeah, True North
Talk. Shop Talk.
Yeah, we just started the channel, so we got a few videos up, and I've just been editing a few more. But we're going to try to drop a video every week, whether it's some trailing rig reviews, maybe. We got the Warsaw video. I was out the other day on a little solo mission there, so we'll put some videos up. But yeah, we're going to try to get a video up every week, and just add to the hobby and
share ideas. Because I mean, I've noticed over the last couple of years, there's a lot of people that are coming out with amazing ideas on how they model their trucks, and a lot of people are starting to keep those tight to the chest. Where I mean, one of the things I like about the hobbies is how much everybody shares. Yes. Right? Because I mean, if I have an idea, and say Chris says, "Oh, I like that idea," and then he adds his twist to it. Right? By the time it's like the telephone game. By the time that idea is done, it's absolutely amazing. So we're trying to set it up where we can show some tips and techniques on how to do certain things and get those creative juices flowing for a lot of the modelers out there.
Yeah, we want the new guys to come on board, right? Like, Chad said we do the Friday night build nights, and I don't know, we don't really keep any secrets. We don't really hide any of our techniques in that because we want those new guys to come out. I mean, if we don't have new people coming out, this hobby dies off really fast, and then where are we?
I mean, I don't know how many times I look at a friend's truck and go, "Yep, I'm stealing that idea."
Mostly Kyle's trucks.
And there's the channel right there, guys. Make sure to check them out, man. Those incredible stuff they do, man. Check them out, guys. Thank you, Jake.
Thank you.
Posting
Thank you.
Man, those canoes. That canoe is crazy, bro. Just awesome. That canoe that you got there, man.
Thank you. Well, I mean, growing up the way I did, I grew up in a canoe, and I mean, so did Adam. Yeah. And when the first G6 that I went to, it was one of the things I can't remember what that one was called, but one of the
brisket for the biscuit.
No, that was the hockey one.
Oh, the one before that.
Yeah. But one of the things is you had to bring a canoe and take a picture of it floating and all that other stuff. So a good friend of ours, Shane, and I sat down and started working on these canoes. And I mean, the funny thing is I don't really know how to make scale objects. I know how to make real ones. So the first few canoes I made, I was actually taking little tiny pieces of cedar, steaming them, and then bending them around 5-gallon pails. And then one night I just sat there and went, why didn't I just draw it on the computer and cut it on my laser machine? So it saved a lot of time, but the canoes have kind of become a little bit of a passion of mine, and we're actually going to do one coming up for one of Adam's builds, which I think by the time we're done, it's going to be pretty crazy. But we're going to do a 1-to-10 scale true cedar strip canoe. We're going to build it out of cedar.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up?
Hey, Sean, how you doing, brother? Welcome in.
How's everything?
Chris, I know that's a nice build that you guys released this year, right, Chris?
Yes, sir. This is a fun spot to actually talk about this because True North and GCM paired up to make these trucks, and so this is like us two, showcasing the best of what we can do here. It's pretty cool.
I think that that idea popped up around my dinner table one night after some barbecue.
Yeah, we had a fun time on this project. We really enjoyed making these, and there's going to be some more. I talked about this in the CMAX 2 promo video when we were releasing these. There's one on our channel about that. And this is like the perfect combination of the stuff that Chad and True North RC can do. And then, basically what we do is like chassis, GCM stuff, right? LRT, everything. And then you make it look good by sending it to True North RC. That's basically how you do it.
It was a lot of fun building that truck. I think there was the one night we had yourself, me, Shane, Kyle, Dan. We were all sitting down here in the basement just having a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were, making use of your laser machine and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Watching them put chassis together. Yeah, that was a blast. Gotta do that again for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come up your way very soon, Chris, and come and visit you and Paul. And I want to go check out Valley Ventures RC. It was a real bummer that I didn't get to go this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there last weekend, had a really good time. And
Oh,
actually,
the pictures look amazing.
yeah, you'd love the place, man. You'd love it. It was super fun to come to a brand new RC park. How many times do we get to do that? Like, how many times does somebody actually open a brand new RC park? That's and I mean, it's so close
nowadays.
Wow, eh?
And I love the rental idea. He picked up I think 4 sports, and he actually rents them out.
Yeah, I know a good story about that. One of the guys who drove 3.5 hours to Venture RC didn't have a truck, but he came with his buddy who had RC'd one time at a G6 in Warsaw. They're from Peterborough.
No kidding.
None of those guys had ever even heard of GCM Racing. And or True North, they found out about Valley Venture RC from I forget who was it now. It wasn't Paul. It was somebody else that put it on Facebook somewhere. And then the guy won the door prize of a TRX4.
Awesome.
wow.
Can you believe that? That was so perfect because he didn't even have a truck. And Paul was telling him to come up to the store after, and he's got a whole bunch in stock, and you set him up with batteries and everything else. And then literally 10 minutes later, the guy wins a brand new truck.
That's awesome.
Well, good for him, bad for Paul, but
That's awesome. That's the best way for it to work out, eh?
absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
'cause
hooked.
Even with telling me he's got spots for drag cars there and spots for planes and boats and all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting piece of landscape, to be honest. They have a really nice flat piece of paved laneway that they can use for the drag cars. So that's amazing because that's also private land. Right across the road is the Bonnechere River, and it's the shallow falls after the Eganville spillway.
Right.
Dude, like jet boats, everything like that to be so much fun in there. And then they have a hill on the top of the where they have like on the hillside is all the trails. They have a pond at the bottom of the hill, and then at the top of the hill it's a flat field where you can do planes. They're going to build a dirt track. Like, it's just unreal.
Oh,
If I can run my Thrasher there, I love it already.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can. It's so great. What an amazing spot. The nicest people. And I mean, they would just love to have you guys come up there. And I mean, it'd be so amazing. We got to get Jake
I'm
up there
planning
too.
on it
To rep.
anyways. I just shipped out all their trophies for their event. So he's going to have to hand them out. But yeah, I'm going to get up there very soon. I want to come and check it out, and then I'll come and say hi to you. And I mean, we haven't seen much of Dana this year because he's been a busy boy.
Well, he's right there in the cardboard, so you could hold him up to everybody.
Well, we can't really talk about his experience at the Warsaw Caves this year, but it was very interesting.
We were glad he could make it at least in cardboard.
and he's missing Adam's accessory now.
Yes.
Not my accessory, yeah.
we got Joey Wood in the house. Welcome in, Joey. Good to see you.
I want to say a thank you to everybody that's watching too. This is really cool to have you guys online. And you know, I've gone back and watched a bunch of the old 11 Charlie videos because I don't get them on time all the time, but you can go back and see them. It's great that you guys have them put up.
Thank you, Chris. We really appreciate it, bro. It just, it's incredible, man. The support, like people like you guys and the community. That's why we are doing what we're doing, because people like you guys. So just incredible.
Well, and I love that you're coming up into Canada with a Canadian chapter, because I mean we've got some vets that trail with us.
Yes.
I've got a lot of friends and family that have been in the military and have had good things and bad things happen because of that. And what you guys do, I first time I heard about it was through Chris, and then I got a little bit more information through Rob. And I mean, I fell in love with the idea. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely fantastic what you guys do for the men and women of the service.
Thank you, brother. And it's for us, veteran is a veteran. That's why we show honor and respect for them. And I know the same issue probably happens out there, but it happens out there. Sadly, we lose veterans daily because of suicide. So stuff like this in the community are seeing, it's a therapy for us. It's something that helps us out a lot, man. I know for me personally, it saved my life. You know, I'm proud of my wife, my friends all here, but this hobby it's just incredible, man. And that's what we do.
Anything we can do to promote the Canadian chapter and the chapter down there, just say it, and we're in 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you,
For sure.
you guys. We should have been there last year, but you know, COVID happened, all that stuff, and borders got closed. But that was our plan to be there last year, you know, or 2 years ago. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, when the time is right, definitely we got to be out there. Thank God, like I said, we got the shirts out there. We got some stuff there. Yeah, we got to go there and support the guys. So we're looking forward to that. Definitely.
I'll drive the bus.
It's
What
the
was
mini
that,
banners for our scale garage.
I said,
Oh,
I'll drive the
definitely.
bus.
We got some.
That'd be great.
Well, we've got this. This is behind us every YouTube video we do. So I think I need one like right about there.
We gotta send some. Well, we sending some stuff to Jake. We're gonna send him some patches. We need to send you some scales banners as well, Jake.
Yeah, I'll get him out there.
Yeah. Also, we got the big banners. We got to send a couple of the big banners for you guys as well.
Yeah, you guys can. I'm trying to
I'd
sit.
be glad and happy to put one up down here in True North headquarters. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
I want to show this right here. Jake, send me this, man. This pics right here.
I'm trying to sit in one of them, but it's not
Right,
working.
he's trying to sit on the canoe. Look at this right here, man.
In the canoe.
Right. Let me know you guys can see it. You guys can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's awesome.
So we got some of the. Oh, these
Yeah,
are
there's some of our badges. So what's unique about the badges that we reproduce, they're not a 3D printed badge. We actually have a special adhesive style plastic, and we use a full scale industrial lasering machine.
Wow.
So everything is laser cut 100%. And, you know, it's hard to tell in the pictures the scale of it, but they are true 1/10 scale badges, and they rival, you know, like your K5 laser badges that come from RC 4-wheel drive. They rival that quality of badge, so we're pretty proud of that.
Well, the big thing with the badges that we do is they're made just like the one-to-one badges on a truck. Yep. So it's the same type of material, but this stuff is only a 16th thick. The one thing I never liked about a lot of the badges that came on the RTRs, the metal ones, is after a season the paint wears off and you can't see what you're doing. These ones don't wear off, right? And not only that, is this material, I've made one-to-one badges for my real truck, and they withstand the winters up here and everything else. So the self-adhesive part of it's amazing.
So the badge you're looking at there, that's the hood emblem for the Chevys and the Blazers and so forth. Hard to tell on the scale, but those are about 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters across.
Yeah,
they're tiny, but they're precise.
Those scalers, right? Oh my God, look at this, bro. This is sick, man.
Well, there's a lot of custom badges that I've been asked to do over the years. I mean, I think we all remember Scott Lempert's camper build for SEMA, Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Oh, it was off the wall. Like I still to this day tell him that's my favorite build that he's ever done. So a lot of the times guys will have certain requests where if they're building their one-to-one truck or they're building this, and that's the joy of it. They're not just templates we have down. We draw them up. So, I mean, if somebody wants something that's specific or different or one of a kind, those are my favorite ones, because then you know it goes out there and nobody else has it on their truck.
You guys send us over a high def copy of the logo, and we'll. Oh, we got it already. Okay, so
the keychains, yeah.
We'll rip some Operation 11 Charlie badges off and get them down to you guys as well. And yeah, you can have a look at them. They're fantastic.
Oh my God, that will be awesome, man. Thank you so much, brother. I've seen some of those. I see this one is like custom made, right? This one right here. See here.
Yep.
Okay, perfect, man. It's just incredible. You got some guys there.
The nice thing with the laser machine, I mean, it's my full-time business. I do custom bars and I do a lot of custom things. So the machine was actually purchased for engraving bar tops, and I can engrave anything basically from paper to metal with this thing. So when I started integrating it into the hobby part of it, I mean, your imagination just goes crazy. Now you're like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah. But the detail this machine will do right down to a photograph, and it's such a tiny, tiny thing. We were sitting at the GCM headquarters there the one day, and I think Chris was getting ready to go down to UST or another event, and he had his regular trophies that he'd purchased for years.
And he's like, man, it'd be cool if you could make 1 to 10 trophies. And I went, I can do that. And boom. I mean, I think nowadays people want that little tiny trophy more than they want the big one.
Yep. Oh yeah, they're pretty coveted these days.
Well, Chris says, he goes, oh, it's okay if it's got just the logo on it. Well, no, you actually need, good thick pair of geek glasses. And if you look at it, you can really read everything that's on the tiny trophy opposed to the big trophy.
That is what
It's
you
really
got.
cool.
That is so cool. And what you got there, Chris?
So this is another one of my brain farts there. I bought this WPL truck. I love this thing. This thing is so much fun to drive. It's got no traction and it's just absolutely terrible. Oh, and my wheel just fell off. And
we've got a funny video of that on our TikTok.
But I wanted this thing to be the cheese truck because it's basically a completely made out of cheese truck. Like, I mean, this thing weighs nothing. It's just, there's no metal in it anywhere except the leaf springs. These are horrifically fun to drive and they're just so terribly made. So I got Chad to draw me up some cheese truck logos and then he lasered them for me. So I got my cheese truck out of it. And then he made me a license plate for the back that says fromage, which is cheese in French. It's just perfect. Like, look at that. Look at that. I got a cheese truck now.
That is awesome.
I think that's one of my most viewed videos on TikTok is that little truck doing donuts on the floor here.
Well, the best thing is we all got together, was it earlier this summer, and we had what? 6 or 7 of them at Dana's house ripping around the racetrack. And I think of the 6 or 7 that started, 1 was left running after the first 10 minutes. So that was fun.
I think we can thank Chris Anderson for those cheese trucks, because I think he bought one by accident sitting in his digger at work and brought it to Dana's house. And then the next thing you know, Amazon's up and everybody's like, I want one.
I love that. And it wasn't the same if he couldn't get the logos and stuff on it. So, like, that's why I like to get together with Chad and just try to get some of this stuff, the True North stuff on it. I got another one I'm going to get him to do, too. I've been playing with this FMS truck. This used to be their fire horse truck. And put it in the light here. And this thing was red, and it looked, I don't know, it just wasn't my flavor in red. So I painted it black and I did all the interior work with, like, trimmed the seats and put the True North RC scale accessories are in the back here. And then I'm going to get Chad to laser me up all the logos and stuff so I can get the trail rated badge on the side and do the Jeep logos on it there with all that. Because he can size them whatever size I want, right? Like Adam was saying, some of them are like 2 millimeters, So even these FMS stuff, you can totally get the little tiny badges from there.
This is the same. This is the 1 to 18.
Yeah.
Glacier truck. And I don't know if it's hard to see with the light here, but if you look on the quarter panel, there's little tiny Silverado badges. I don't know if I can get it.
No, you can't see because of the glare.
Tip it down a bit there and see.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Right there. We see something there. Yeah.
Hard to see, but that badge is what, 4 millimeters?
Maybe? Yeah, I mean, it's probably 2 millimeters tall where it says Silverado, but even as small as you go, because with the images, you vectorize them and turn them into a line image. I can now make them as small as I want, and that machine will do the detail at that size. So it took some trial and error. I mean, I went through quite a few sheets of material to dial in settings to do such small material, but now it's set. It's just so much fun to sit down here with, like Chris and Kyle, Shane, Adam, a lot of our close friends, and just go, hey, let's try this or let's try that. And some of the stuff that comes out of it's pretty crazy.
So
yeah, usually about 1 out of every 10 ideas turns into a good idea, and the other 9 we don't talk about anymore. So
I don't think we get to see the bad ideas, I'll tell you, because like Dana and I go to events where we find Adam and Chad and the rest of the guys from Southern Ontario, and Dana and I are always looking at each other and we say, where did this Adam Moffat guy come from? Like, his builds are so incredible. He just came out of nowhere and got into RC, and like every single detail on his trucks are so unbelievable. Like, it's really just a privilege to look at the stuff you're putting together.
Oh, I appreciate it. It's a blast.
Fantastic imagination, definitely. And that's one of the reasons why Adam and I welcomed Adam on board with True North RC. I mean, such a great addition to have some fresh thoughts and fresh eyes to create some new products and refine some older ones.
Oh, yeah.
just have some fun. And I mean, a lot of people that know me, I mean, I was that guy that called YouTube the YouTube for, for years. I didn't even know who any of the fellas that were on YouTube were there when I even first got into the hobby, if it wasn't for Shane. So when it comes to a lot of the online stuff and figuring that out, that's my guy now. It's like, no, I'll run my machines and I'll work on my trucks, and the rest of it, he can do it.
Chad and computers don't go well together. We got to remind Chad that you don't wash computers, right?
Yeah.
If you get a virus, you can't wash it off, Chad. So.
No Simple Green in that thing.
That is I think Kevin Gibbs said does what I can't read. He said so that makes big you the big cheese Chris.
Nice.
Can't read today.
Yeah, awesome. I've got the tiny cheese truck, so I guess I'll be the tiny cheese today.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Kevin Gibbs. Thank you, guys. That's right there. It's the link for the boys here at True North, Adam and Chad, guys. Make sure to check them out, man. Especially all this stuff, we got to support our guys, man. That's just awesome stuff right there, man. So any question on the chat that you guys have for any of the guys here, Adam, Chad, or Chris, feel free to post them, guys, and eventually we get to them. Before we go real quick to Chris, and let me see here, guys. Remember on the chat here, we got pinned for that raffle that we got going on from TT4C, Rob gun in there, the West May built that they doing, guys. So it's $5 a spot, guys. So the spots are unlimited. Amazing build that they got there. So let me see here real quick to run some of the stuff. This it's a 50-50 show shine on this is for the TT4C event there that they're gonna have. They're gonna have a 50-50 show and shine kids special event there. So $5 buy event also, and some of the stuff that you're gonna have a fun day, guys. There's September 23rd. This raffle is open again, and they're gonna be calling the winner. They are going to be announcing the winner on September 30th, guys. So we show some of the pics here. Jake, if you find some of those pics, you can share them real quick. Thank you, brother. Just awesome. It's actually a RC 4-wheel drive with that on that build, guys, under the chassis, under that hood there. So it's just incredible. We cannot thank you guys enough. So the link that we have pinned on the chat there is for that raffle that we got going on, guys.
I would share, but some guy has me locked out.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Jake, I've got a bit of an idea for you. If you get a hold of me, I will do up a red and white Operation Charlie canoe. And at some point in the new year, you guys can raffle that off too. Be full donation to you guys.
Oh my God. Thank you, Chad. That will be amazing, brother. Definitely.
You got it. Definitely. I will do it full red and white with the Operation Charlie logo on there, and we'll do some cool engravings in the seat, and we'll have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I will reach out. That'd be great.
And a Tim Hortons coffee cup inside.
Right? Just to make it a little Canadian.
And you got to have a life jacket.
Yeah, our little Timmy's cups.
There you go.
Hey, what's the popular coffee chain in the States? Like, we know you guys got a few Timmy's, but it's like Dunkin' Donuts or
Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, and some of
we have Starbucks.
Yeah, we got Starbucks coffee cups.
Yeah.
Depends on the states also, but there's a bunch of places there. Yeah, but it's like Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, and
there's a little roll up the rim Timmy's.
These are the wrong pictures. I think this is the work in progress.
That's a work in process. If you can find the one that is done there.
Can you do a dill pickle jar and send it to Sean?
What?
Dill pickle jar?
No.
Nice.
We could probably resin print something out for you.
Probably figure something like that out.
Yeah.
Pickle should be made illegal everywhere.
I love pickles.
So do I. I mean, hey, that's
Sean
another thing
needs
too.
a
The
whole
scale does
scale.
really make good pickles.
I think Sean needs a whole scale case of dill pickles.
Yes. This is a great idea.
Look at that, man. Look at that right there, guys. So that's the raffle that we got going on, TT4C. The guys from TT4C Rock Gunning and the boys there. That's a raffle collaboration with Westmade. It's just incredible. So we got that raffle going on, guys. It's $5 donations. So everything goes to Operation 11 Charlie. All the donations. Raffle entries will be available beginning September 12th. So I already started, and it will be closing on the 26th, guys. So it will be the day after the event that they are going to have at Crowley Canyon. So check that out. Thank you, brother. So
that's gonna look fantastic on my shelf, when I win that.
You already
there
won
you
it.
go. There you go.
You just won alone.
So there's some of the stuff. Check that link out, guys. If you guys follow us on social media, there's posts everywhere. We posting this week also as well. Thank you so much on that. Chris, man, what you got going on? What's going on with GCM, man?
Oh man, well, we had actually a surprising amount of stuff to do this summer. We didn't really leave Ontario very much, but we had a big event in June that we put on with True North RC.
Awesome.
That was down in Peterborough area, just I guess that would be a little bit northeast of Toronto. For those of you who don't know the Canada little cities. And so fun there. We just really enjoyed that with a lot of people that came from far and wide to play tiny trucks with us. And it's such a great crew, like Chad was saying, it's like a family, you know. So we enjoyed that. We had a really good time putting that together. Chad and True North RC made all the trophies for that. It was actually a ton of trail work too. We have made our own trails through the woods. There was there was a huge windstorm that came through that area a couple weeks before the event and shut down the park. And when I say shut down the park, like, I mean, it took them a couple of days to cut the road open.
Wow.
So they told us there was campers stranded in there for 48 hours. They couldn't leave the grounds.
Yeah, so when we went to, they were open enough for us to come and do our event there, but all of the regular trails were closed. So we had to make trails wherever we could find open bush, and I think that might have turned out better. We had such a fun time. Everybody loved that. We ended up doing a bunch of travel for a couple of local events as well. GCM was a part of the Call to Crawl series that we do locally here. And the Tank RC, you guys might have heard from Francois from the Tank RC. Francois, he ran the whole Call to Crawl series this year. He took that by the reins and did a really good job with that, finding 4 fresh places to crawl, and it was a lot of challenge. There was a lot of fun, and it was such a fun time. We gave away a GCM skeleton Jeep. For some reason, I was still looking for it on the wall. I guess maybe I miss it in my heart somehow. But it's really fun to see that happen, and lots of kids participated that year through the year for the Call to Crawl series. We love to see the families come out. Actually, this weekend that just passed, we were up, Stephen and I went up to the Valley Venture RC. We saw one of the same families come up with all their kids, and it was just a really great time to connect with them again and at a new place. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun travel. We created a couple of new things this year. The Axial Basecamp came out this year. How many of you guys got an Axial Basecamp? Raise your virtual hand in the chat. We created an LRT transmission kit for the Basecamp this spring because that's a great platform. I have an SCX3 here, which I use for my snow truck, and that is the original version with the dig in it. It was a kit, put that together. I got True North RC to make me a New Bright badge for the front, so it looks like a New Bright Jeep. Super funny. And so we now have an LRT kit for the Basecamp. that thing drives so great. I had a chance to run it on a pretty difficult bonus course line that was set up at the Berkeley event, and actually won a trophy for it, for finishing the bonus course with the Basecamp LRT setup. So really love driving that. I whipped up a bunch of new wheels the other day for almost no reason. I had the wheels set up on the machine, and I was like, hey man, I'm just gonna try some new designs. So these, we're calling them Ranger wheels. They kind of look like a 90s Ford Ranger 5-spoke kind of wheel that they used to make back then. So anyway, we have them in black and silver. I did have a whole bunch of these, but they sold already, so I have to make more. I didn't even get those on the website yet, in case you're looking. So those are coming out. We have, oh man, I have to go and get these to show. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use the Rover to show you, because this is a little easier. You guys know about the Range Rover Classic body that came out. We just talked about this from Kyle. This body came out a couple of years ago, and afterwards, JS Scale spent tons of time doing the development for the Range Rover Discovery version, which is the newer 90s version of whatever the Range Rover Classic used to be. So there's now a 5-door Discovery that's out. You guys have probably seen that. You can buy it, I think, from Team Raffi, maybe.
Yeah, Team Raffi have it in stock.
Is it Team Raffi that sells it too?
Team Raffi.
Okay, so yeah, thanks for that clarification. So you can also get it from JS Scale there in France, of course. So they supply all the European market and stuff. But that body required a tiny bit of a change on our C-Max chassis, which we use on all of these different trucks, because the Range Rover Classic was designed to have a radius arm front axle, which is like a 2 I-beam suspension in the front, and then it had link suspension in the back. That's the way these came. The new Discovery has radius arms in the front and the back. So we've actually created a whole new set of axles just to satisfy that, and we put them under the brand new C-Max 2 chassis, which is this one. So in the next very short time on the site and our media pages, you'll see a C-Max 2 kit come out with double radius arm suspension that's specifically made for the Rover bodies. You can use it on this Classic as well, but it's specifically made for the Disco, because that was the factory suspension setup. So that's coming out. I've got all the axles are in, actually. They just came in last week after some checking and all that stuff. So I'm excited to build that. And actually, Kyle from Superscale is actually building my Disco body to put on the new C-Max 2 double radius arm chassis. So I can't wait for that project to be done. Just because it's like tons of new stuff, and then I get to drive it, and I love doing that. So that's going to be fun.
Until it takes its first roll, and then you sit there for a few minutes before you go looking at it. So
yeah,
that's the way I am. Like
actually,
after I built my Range Rover,
yeah,
and it took the first roll. I actually sat on top of the rocks for a minute before I even went down to look at it. So,
I know. Tell you a terrible story about this truck. I built this truck like 3/4 done, and I brought it down to USTE. I think it was in 2019. And at that time, I had it on a Trail King chassis. This chassis was not yet completed. And I had a set of prototype blank wheels on it, like these, but slightly different with that tire. And Kyle hadn't done anything to it yet, but he was about to. So when I brought it home from USTE, I had it up on my bench, kind of like over here sort of thing. And I was in my office chair, and I turned my office chair around, and the back of the chair caught the truck and flung it on the floor. And it ripped the hood off, it ripped the door off. I broke the whole door frame at the top, like it was, and I heard it from behind me, and I did not turn around to look.
I know you
my gosh, bro.
I literally left it there on the floor for probably 5 minutes, and I thought, what am I supposed to do when I turn around? Like, there's probably bits everywhere. Anyways, I got that put back together and in the basic form, and Kyle finished the truck for me, and I'm so happy, and I will never ever ever put it on the desk again. So, but when you're talking about they come off the trail, sometimes they go down the rock. So this is the True North edition #1 that we released last year. So I kept #1 for myself because I'm greedy that way.
Sweet, man.
And Chad made an amazing version of the same kind of build with all the same components and stuff. So he has the unofficial #6. And he did a whole bunch of custom work on it. It's so gorgeous. It's actually way nicer than mine. And we both drove these trucks for the whole summer that year.
Yep.
So, even though they're like special editions and you can put a lot of time and energy into them, but as like Sean knows, you treat them respectfully. Sometimes they incur some damage, but you can fix them up. Like last summer, when True North was over here with a bunch of guys from Southern Ontario, we did something called Secret Saturday Run. We went down to the old mill that's in town, and we drove through the mud bogs and all this stuff. And this truck actually almost seized. It was so full of mud. We were in the laneway with the trucks hosing them off with the garden hose because they were so disgusting. Yeah. And after that, I cleaned up the truck and I rebuilt a bunch of stuff on it. I blew out all the dirt and, re-greased everything. And then now I just keep it nice and dry. So it does no more mud. But I had to drive it for an entire season. You just have to.
Oh, they're so fun to drive.
I can't build them and then not use them.
I know. Yeah. That's a no shell queens,
We've got another little piece here that that GCM made for us on a special build that we're going to be showing off on one of our videos. So we've been working on this bad boy for quite a while.
Oh,
I had a little bit of a problem because I wanted to put a scale engine under this thing, and Chris, being the way he is, I basically handed him the truck and said, "I need this hood to open." So he went ahead and milled this piece. So then that way I could put in a full scale cat engine.
Wow.
Nice. That run. Yeah. Now with this hood hinge, because of the bull bar and everything on it, I can actually open and close my hood on a magnet system. So I'm not going to show off the piece too much yet, but when we do the rig review on this, we're going to be showing off a really cool piece that allowed you with the GCM LRT conversion for the semi trucks. You can put one of these engines under it, and with Chris's hinge, which bolts into the factory spots. I mean, it's so cool. And he has that special way of taking that complicated problem and simplifying it. And you look at it and you're like, how did you figure that out? But it's absolutely perfect. So we're going to be showing that off for Chris.
Is that the cat engine with the working
yeah, the die cast one?
Yeah, I was actually looking at that the other day myself. So, they're fantastic. Is your transmissions back in stock?
Our transmissions are always in stock.
The 114 ones? Oh.
Yeah, the semi-truck ones, yeah. So what I do is I take the regular LRT kit parts, and then I actually have to do a bunch of other machining and stuff to them so I can turn that into a semi-truck kit. Oh, okay. And if they run out of stock, then you just send me an email and tell me to hurry up, and I'll make some more.
Hey,
wait. But we got really a saying nice up here. Small,
We got a saying over here because we like to put LRTs in everything, so we say LRT the world.
Yeah, I'd say Chris, that's his Frank's Red Hot because he puts that on everything.
That's a true story.
That is sick. I know Brett at AC Frog is gonna like that. So there's some of the guys, just amazing job, guys. There at chat, man, just incredible. Let me see. Is there any questions, Jake? You post something there.
Kevin was just wondering if there was another way to get a hold of True North.
True North, right? We post a link there on the chat, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's their Facebook. I don't think Kevin has Facebook.
Yeah. If you don't got Facebook, you can drop us a message on YouTube as well, if you'd like. Instagram,
TikTok. I mean, we're pretty much on most social medias now.
Yeah.
And you'll either get a hold of Adam or myself. I mean, we're pretty diligent. I mean, he handles more of the YouTube. I do a lot of the TikTok stuff, and so I mean, you can usually get a hold of us on any one of those platforms.
Chad is our TikTok celebrity. I actually recently opened a new TikTok channel where all I do is make TikToks of Chad making TikToks. So I'm not going to give you the link. If you can find it, it's a funny channel to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Or Kevin, you let us know, and we'll forward the message for Adam and Chad as well, brother.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can send something to GCM email if you want to, and we'll send it over there or whatever. We'll find a way to hook you up.
There you go.
We're just in the process of getting a new True North website hooked up, so we just don't have a True North email address yet. But yeah, by all means, whatever channels works best for you, just somebody will get us the message at some point in time.
Perfect. We love that. I think there was a question there for us on the chat. Simlight, I believe, and Arizona, we're working on that. We got some chapters on the works, guys. So it's a long process to get reps. It takes months and months. It's a long process. Do background checks and some other stuff. We'll link with the guys. So I saw another question. Take care, Adam. Thank you for being here, brother. Also, I saw another question saying that people that want to support or want to help us out. If you guys know that we are going to be in an event in your local area, feel free to reach out to us. We always need help on the booth. We always need some stuff like that. And you want to hang out with us, we take our banners to the trail, stuff like that. So feel free, definitely. I think somebody was asking how they wanted to get involved. So that's a way to get involved. That's how you start making the connections with us. Pro-Land Up by the Fire, any event that we are able to be at, feel free to comment on our booth, and chat with us, and we'll talk. We'll hang out for a bit. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Go ahead, guys. Sorry for that. There's a question for them, Jake?
No, this actually, I missed this one. Wondering how to donate to the Canadian, a Canadian shop can donate to Operation 11 Charlie. I can speak, I promise.
We got that on the works, guys. Yes, we are with Jake. We're gonna wait for that, so be patient with us. We'll have something there, because some other stuff that we get there in Canada, we wanted to stay there, right? For that, so will help our banners out there, taken to event or induction ceremonies out there, stuff like that. So we'll be posting more on that from us.
Working on all the nitty gritties and
yes, guys. Yes.
Yes.
And
I need a trip to Canada anyway.
Well, next year we're planning that, Sean. So we'll be there, brother.
That's what I already said. I'll drive the bus.
You drive the bus?
I'll drive the bus.
Well, he's eating his pickles, I guess.
Yeah. That's gonna be the snacks
on the bus.
We're gonna
anybody with pickles
and peanut butter.
Sniffer dog, spicy training for pickles. Pickles off the bus.
Those are the snacks that we're gonna bring for Sean.
Pickles
peanut butter, pickles, and pizza, bro. Cheese pizza. He loves that with pickles and peanut butter on top.
Well, we drag the smoker to all the events. The big, huge smoker.
Heck yeah!
Oh yeah, no, that's now you're talking my language.
You can have smoked pickles.
We love pickles. We love to eat. I actually made garlic bread on the smoker last night.
Nice. Never actually thought of trying that. It's actually a good idea.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
That's just one more reason to go to True North.
You hang out with Chad long enough and you start putting weight on. I used to be smaller than Chris.
Well, I love to cook. We always have the barbecue going here, or we take it. We take it everywhere.
Awesome, Jake.
I think Chris at one point actually said to me, I wasn't allowed to come if I didn't bring my smoker.
That is awesome. So are we gonna have more of those special editions coming out, Chris, this year or next year?
Yeah. We're working on doing a set of custom built numbered versions with super scale.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So that is a big level up.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty excited about that.
I know we post a link for GCM on the chat, guys. Make sure to check them out as well.
Thank you. Yeah, check out Superscale. We're going to do these ones a little bit differently this year because we're going to have the numbered chassis and special wheels and all that same stuff that's specific to those builds. But then because Kyle is an artist, really, he's an RC builder that's an artist, if you ask me. He's going to
100%.
He's going to take input from the people who are buying the trucks. So far, we already have one guy who's super interested in a specific truck that's a replica of one that he already knows about. And Kyle can do that stuff. So we're not going to make them exactly the same this time. You actually get the chance to do like custom work and work with Kyle to get the details you want and stuff. So that's a really cool opportunity, man.
Amazing.
We can't wait for that. At Subscale RC, they put check them out on social media at Subscale RC on social media, guys. So anybody wants to get a hold of them.
Yeah, very exciting to do that. And those trucks are going to have a bunch of new components on there that we can't talk about. So
it's going to be this year or next year?
Oh no, they won't come out until probably April. So we'll do the same thing as we did last year.
Awesome, perfect.
Yeah, we'll take the winter to make sure we perfect everything, and then we'll get them released in April.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, very excited, man.
Can't wait, guys. Guys, any questions for the guys here? Feel free for Chris, for Adam, and Chad. Feel free to post them on here on the chat there. I see something here. Toby says, "What's up, everyone? GCM rocks. All 4 of my TF2s are hooked up. Best things, in my opinion."
Yeah, he's got LRT for breakfast, that guy. Nice.
That's definitely. Toby, yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there in 3 weeks and counting. My goodness. Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there. Problem by the fire. Definitely. Oh my God. My goodness, guys. So Adam, Chad, guys, how you guys see True North in the next year or so? What are you guys' goal?
I mean, as far as business goes, Adam's been working along with me. We're going to get some online sales going. We're going to come out with some new products. We love listening to, again, all of our friends and the guys on Build Night trying to follow the hobby. We're going to as far as YouTube, we're going to try and do a lot more event coverage, like videos, work with some of the other guys out there that do amazing videos. We're just going to have a lot of fun. And the last couple of years, we've been diving into the market of the custom builds for people.
Okay.
We just did I don't know if anybody saw it, but I did a DeWalt build out of a Hero truck, and
Nice.
we just shipped that out west. Yeah. So we're certainly going to be doing a lot of that. Same thing. We're going to take commission builds. So if guys have, say they've got a Blazer and they all of a sudden want a step side pickup or anything like that, we're going to do that for them. Or there's a fellow that's local that's going to get us to build him one of the semi trucks soon. So it's going to more or less it's something that started out small and more on the side, and it's gotten to be so exciting as to where it's grown, and the friends and customers, we're blessed. We're blessed to know the community that we know, and we appreciate it. Like it's hard to even say. It's hard to put into words, really, the feelings that you have as far as the friends in the community you have.
Yes.
We were talking about it at Berkeley. This small group that we call our little secret Saturday group.
Mhm.
If it wasn't for this hobby, I don't think any of us ever would have met.
Yes.
And this is now family. Like these are people I call brothers, and I would lay my life down for them because they're family.
Yes.
But they wouldn't be if it wasn't for this hobby. So when I look at the hobby, I respect it with that thought in mind. So when we try to help out the new guys, or when we try to help out people like yourselves, if we can push you or help you with donations or anything like that, it's all from the heart for us.
Yes.
You know, it's like, it's just who we're Canadians. I mean, most of us kind of know, you know, the way we are. We actually give a crap. And it's kind of neat to see where it's going to go and how people will go along with it. And, you know, who knows whose life you can help. We have friends of ours, you know, some guys that come on build nights or we trail with, and they have some tough times in life. And we try to help them out as much as we can. Why? Because they're friends.
I think one of the big things too that we're trying to do is sometimes with the RC world, we all know, because we're pretty deep into it, it becomes a pretty expensive, pretty committal involvement as well. So we're also looking at trying to put some products out, and, you know, especially a lot of the 3D printed stuff at a reasonable price, right? I mean, this hobby shouldn't just be for those who have deep pockets. So one of the things that we've been chatting about a lot, and you'll see come out in the new year, is, you know, like behind us, we do a lot of scale garage builds. They're pretty intense builds, and the problem with them is they come with a big price tag. So, you know, we're looking at putting together some scale garage packages and accessories and, you know, workbenches and stuff like that guys at home can, you know, build their own 3D garages, build their own.
For a fair price.
Yeah, like, you know, the boxes and that. We want to try to get these people, you know, the new guys into the hobby that, you know, it doesn't scare them away when they walk into a store. And we all know, right? You walk into a store and, you know, you want to buy a kit and all of a sudden it's $1,000 by the time you got batteries and everything put in there. So, you know, we're trying to figure out ways to produce some stuff. And we think the scale garages is a great one. I'm building a garage right now over at my house, and, you know, so we're trying out some new, like laser etched items and so forth. And, you know, we want to bring out, we want everybody to enjoy the hobby, right?
Chris just threw an idea at us, I think it was yesterday, to do like a pegboard workbench kit that you buy and glue together. So I'm in the process of drawing that up right now. Adam and I came up with an idea tonight for pegs. Stuff like that. So we're sponges when it comes to ideas.
Absolutely.
We love to listen to everybody, and it's fantastic what other people will come up with. And they'll say it, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can do that. And you run to the computer and draw it up and turn the machine on, and 5 minutes later you've got a workbench, right? But it's at a fair price. Like we do, I mean, like probably most 3D printing companies out there, we do the coolers and all that other stuff. We try to sell it almost at half of what you see the cost wise that's out there, because there's a lot of people out there that just don't have the money to spend on all those accessories. And filament's cheap. We all know, we all have a printer we dabble with. It's really not that expensive to make this. No. So you just offer that. So we have a lot of people that will send us a file and say, well, I want this for my truck. So we'll print it for them. And I think on average, I figured it out that the printer, we charge almost like $1.15 an hour or something like that. So it's like really cheap.
We're not trying to make, we've both got full-time jobs. This is just a hobby that we enjoy, and we want other people to come into it. So, the best way to get other people to come into it is make things affordable. We're not going to, become millionaires off RC. That's not what me and Chad want to do. We also were fortunate too. When we came into the hobby, we had a lot of awesome and amazing people like Chris and Dana, and, that really took us under their wing and showed us a lot of stuff and helped us out. And we just want to do the same thing with other people coming in, right?
It's actually that truck that Chris is holding in his lap right now. It's kind of a funny story, because every once in a while, Chris wants to sell a truck. And I was up at his shop the one day and he had the flinger sitting on the floor in its previous state. And he says, that needs a new home. And I said, I'm taking it home. Well, I never paid him for it, and I never planned on paying him for it. So I took it home and I tried to figure out what I could turn it into that he wouldn't crash. And so I worked along with one of my best friends, Shiny Shane, there on the paint scheme, and he did an absolute phenomenal job. So we turned that into a puller truck, and I did it as a thank you, because when I started this little business, Chris is and has been an amazing mentor to me as far as into the RC business and the hobby. So this was done as a big old thank you.
Yeah, and if you've got time, you got to go to GCM's YouTube channel and check out the flinger videos, because this thing is just mind-numbing. It's insanity on four wheels. It's no other way to say it.
That is awesome.
I love this thing so much. This is like absolutely one of my all-time favorite trucks. Yeah, it's amazing.
And that truck, Chris, that's its what, third or fourth life, right? Like that thing started out as a crawler.
This was actually the very first C-Max chassis on leaf springs that I built at the very beginning on a Blazer with Dan Litcherson in the east coast of Canada. I went over there with a whole bunch of parts, and me and Dan built two of these, this one and his, on his kitchen table that summer, and we had such a fun time with these. And then I ran it in Class 1 Sorka competition for 2 summers. And then I turned it into a little bit of a flinger speed devil on leaf springs, and speed and Blazer bodies are not friends.
Oh, not at 40 miles an hour in gravel.
It was fast. It was really fast. I have a Castle 5700 in here, and I was running it on a 4-cell at the time, and on our C-Max chassis and axles, and it was raging fast, but it was starting to show its age. And like Chad said, I just expected it was gone forever. And these guys turned this truck into such a gorgeous truck. By the way, it's not clean because I refuse to clean it. It's very, very shiny. You can see that. But I leave all the dust on it. Like, I take this thing truck pulling now. We locked out the rear end with our leaf lockers from GCM. And we hook up the pulling trailer to this thing, and we drag this thing as fast as we can through the rocks, and it makes a huge dust cloud. And I have the funnest time ever, and I'm so glad to have this thing. This is amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, I think
well, the truck pulls have been so much fun this year too.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
We started getting into the truck pulls pretty heavily this year, so I think we've got a few different dedicated truck pull builds. I built one, you're working on one, and I think everybody wants to build one now, but it's new to us. We don't really have any like sanctioned competitions up here for the truck pulls yet, like you guys I think have down in the States, but we're all getting in on this. It's a blast.
We brought the trailer with us to the adventure series in Warsaw as a trial thing to have some fun with it. And I think we sat there for 2.5, 3 hours while Vig raked the course out for us after every truck.
75 times.
Oh yeah, oh god, and man, the dust and the laughs, and I mean, it was absolutely amazing. So we're certainly going to bring that trailer with us to every event.
Oh yeah,
that was such a great time.
That is awesome, man. I want to show something here, man. When I first started in this hobby, right, especially on the crawler side of it, the first I was trying like start customizing stuff. I'm not good at it, but for me, like I said, for me it's therapy, all that. So I need to start building like a scale, garage or something like that. And I saw a video like 3 years ago from Mr. Chris, and he was showing how to build this, bro. I had this for 3 years.
Put yourself on the screen there, Javier. We want to see you.
Yeah, brother. This one, let me see. Where's my stuff? Forgot how to do this. Oh, hold on a second. Give me a second here. So right here, brother. So
yes.
I saw this one of your videos, bro. How to build this, man.
That's so awesome, buddy.
3 years ago, and it was so simple, Chris. So I really appreciate you, brother. Helped me a lot, man. I was very excited when I built this one, man. And you
good job with that.
Yeah, details on how to do it. Very simple, man. So
nice.
Thank you, Chris, man.
That's the fun side of it, eh? It's the experimenting.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
we all know like Adam likes to experiment.
Hey, I got a question for you, Javier. Everybody on here. I always like to ask people, what was your guys' first crawler you ever bought or you built?
So for me, when I got my first ones, the crawler was the Axial. I got the box there, the Grand Cherokee, the kit, man.
Oh yeah.
I never built nothing in my life. It's RC related. So I was, oh my God, man, YouTube school helped me out. So watching videos on how to build it, I think I did pretty good. The only thing that I did wrong, that I put too much grease on the axles, way too much. But that was my first. It took me 2 years to get out of my house after I got out of the military, right? So those 2 years I was building it, and the guys here from the local hobby shop helped me out where I bought it. But like 2 years, about a year and a half, like let's say, until I got out and go out to the trails and use it right, man. So yeah, I love that. What's yours, Jake?
I got a Vetera, and his funny story is I was never into crawlers. I was always the go fast guy. And I always told my buddy that he hated going fast. He wanted to go through creeks and stuff. So I was like, oh, go get a crawler. And he goes, oh, you got to get one. I'm like, no. So then he handed me the remote. I'm like, ah, dang, okay. I don't know where my go fast cars are anymore.
Right.
I missed a couple of mine. There was a couple that I used to race all the time, and I think back now, and especially now that, I mean, a lot of us are getting into all aspects of the RC. I mean, when we go out and play now with our group, we've got everything. And I miss my old low seed, my 2.0 and stuff like that I used to race. I wish I had kept some of them.
My first RC, actually, before, my first crawler was the Traxxas, the Rustler. So
nice. Yeah.
My
first RC car.
Yeah.
Do you remember the turbo hopper?
Yes.
I had a 9.6 turbo hopper with a little mini mag light that was electrical tape to the hood so I could drive it at nighttime.
Oh, that's awesome. We got the Tank RC in the chat. How you doing, Frank?
How you doing, Tank?
Frank. I remember it was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think I said I walked into a hobby shop to get my first RC, and I walked in and I fell in love with one of those Red Cat Everest, those big, huge things, right? And remember my good buddy who owned the hobby shop, Sam, now, he turns around and he says, you sure you want to buy that one? Like, you can't really do much with it, right? The E10, I think it is. And a couple of days later, I walked back in and he had one of the Blazer, RC four-wheel drive Blazer bodies on the counter. And I was like, I'm a square body guy, right? You come to my house and if it's not a square body picture, it's a die cast. So I saw this body, right? And I was like, oh, I got to buy that. And I remember Sam looked at me, he's like, what are you going to put that on? And I said, I'm going to mount it on that Red Cat Everest E10 I bought. And he kind of laughed at me and said, you'll never get it on there. Like, what are you doing? And so 2 days later, I walked into the shop and I said, so it doesn't fit on that chassis, man. What do I got to buy, right? And I think at that point in time, I was just absolutely hooked in the hobby. And my kids got the E10, and I wound up buying what did I get? Oh, an SEX 10 too. And
nice.
I was, the rest was history for me on that one. I was just absolutely hooked and enthralled. But that's me and Chad were talking about not too long ago. We were both static model builders, right? So you can combine static model building with RC, and it's just, it's like, where have you been all my life, right? It's just, at one point it was in my garage, I had my entire pit set up for the track beside my house. Yeah. And Shane Mackey, he's the fellow that paints a lot of our trucks. We all call him Shiny Shane. He bought a couple of track trucks to show up and play, and it wasn't his thing. And then he walked into my garage the one day with a Blazer with a full-blown engine and interior. And I looked at him and said, I'm screwed now. He didn't know I was a static model builder. And I looked at it, I literally said, I'm screwed. And within a year, all my go fast was gone, my track was gone, and I had a wall full of crawlers. As soon as I knew, I could build these things and drive them now.
That is awesome, man. I love it. What was your first one, Bennett?
First crawler was the full TRX 4 chassis kit.
Oh, when it first came out?
Yeah, just a kit with all the bells and whistles in it, no everything else. So then it ended up with, it still has the Proline 4Runner body on it. I still run it a lot. It's one that hasn't and won't leave my collection. Everything else rotates in and out. It'll never go. I mean, it's not true scale, but it was my first scaler, so it'll stay with me.
That's diving in hard, man. You get a kit with all that busyness in it, the locking stuff and 2 speeds and all that. Like, man, you went in all the way, man.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Eh?
That wasn't a simple one.
4 days to build it. It took me 4.5 hours on a TV tray in front of my recliner watching TV. So if you can imagine building a kit on a TV tray,
man,
that's interesting alone.
That is awesome. Some of the guys here,
you bump the tray and
You got kids running around, you got dogs running around, and you got an unstable Walmart TV tray with all these screws and parts. You're like, stay, get back, get back.
That's awesome, man. I see Kevin Gibbs. He said his first one was a TX4 that he won on a raffle when it first came out. Wow.
I don't think I own a ready to run. I think every single one of my trucks are
kits.
Or
TT4
full-blown custom builds that, like, I bought someone's used garbage and turned it into something really nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I've never bought a ready to run.
Says here, TT4C Rob Gunning said his first crawler was a homemade chassis with a Tamiya TLT1 axle and a Stampede transmission.
Oh yeah, that was the way.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
How about you, Chris? What was your first crawler? I know you were into the fast stuff, but what about your first crawler?
I bought an AX10 Scorpion when they first came out. Remember that green thing?
Yeah.
They had a green one and an orange one with the 2.2 wheels on it and that funny little Lexan buggy body on it.
Yep.
Yeah. I had a green one for a very short time, and then I took it all apart and built our first chassis for it, the Cross Canyon chassis, which was a conversion to turn it into a truck. Because every Walmart in town had the New Bright Jeep body back then. And that thing looked so good, I had to buy one. And then the AX10 Scorpion wasn't a really good fit for that, so I made a chassis for it, and then here we are now, and I'm totally hooked to that.
Speaking of the Cross Canyon, the last weekend there, I made a trade deal with a buddy, and I have my first Cross Canyon sitting in my hobby room right now, and man, am I ever looking forward to digging into that thing. So, and
awesome.
we're going to put an LRT in it as well, because LRT the world, but
I've got an LC70 I'm building right now that actually's got a bit of a unicorn chassis underneath it. It's got the C-Max with the radius arm suspension on the front, and with the LRT we're putting in it. So that's going to be one of the ones we're working on this winter too.
Cool.
It's a very cool chassis. You should make more of them.
Right?
Yes. Yeah, I think we already talked about that.
Yeah, I love all the guys putting and girls, Jesse, put all the stuff how they started in the hobby. How about you, Sean? What was your first?
My first was an RC4. I still actually have the chassis. That's the chassis, the RC 4-wheel drive. I think it was a Stinger, you call it? It was something with an S. Way when they first came out.
I remember that.
It had like zero movement in the leaves. Everything. It was addicting.
I remember when that came out.
Yeah, it was just addictive. So that was my first one. I can't remember the name. It was a Stinger or something. It was like when RC 4-wheel drive was even unknown,
when the first started.
Right, yeah.
That is
they
awesome.
were doing monster truck parts back then too.
Yeah, doing a lot of monster truck stuff. And then I took it. Actually had, remember the old square, like R1 transmission?
Yeah.
It had the old square, because I actually stole the transmission and put it into the Tamiya. I made mounts for the Tamiya, so that's still the old transmission.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So I actually could install that, but made it to me that could actually work.
Without the soda can transmission in it.
Yeah.
That Tamiya has that monster transmission in there, eh?
Dude, it was like, Tamiya's transmission was like this size. And like crazy.
Oh my god, that is awesome, guys. My goodness, guys, it's almost time, man. Time flew by tonight with you guys, man. Always having fun, man. My goodness, guys. Any more questions that you guys have here on the chat for True North, Adam, and Chad? Also, GCM, Chris. Feel free, guys, to post them and then we'll start saying our goodbyes soon. Just awesome. Awesome.
Hey, I
Awesome.
got a question for the Charlie guys. If someone wants to get into your group, a veteran wants to get involved or get into the hobby, what process do they have? So let's say I know a guy in my community that I want to bring into the Charlie group. You know, how do I connect him with you guys? How do you guys bring him into RC? Like, what do you guys do?
So what we do is we always we have our website, right? O11C.org. I posted there in the chat. There's some contact info there. They could try to reach out to us. Here in the States, they submit like DD 214. That's a paper when they get out of the Army or the military, or a valid VA ID card. VA is the VA hospital that we get treated here. So they submit all that documentation, you know, trying to verify that, you know, they're willing to service, all that. And we go from there. We let them know everything that what Operation 11 Charlie stands for. Like we tell the guys, we are family oriented. We stay away from everything negative. This is for us here to decompress, go out and keep building that brotherhood, right? Us in the military, we were brothers forever. We could meet, a veteran can meet for the first time. It's like we knew, like, you know, our whole life. So that's the bond in the military, right? And that brotherhood. So stuff like that, they can reach out to us. Any of us here on the chat, on the panel, just reach out to us and we go from there. Also in Canada, we got Jake or any of us here, and we go to that process as well. Let them know so they could put all the documents that are needed for them to become part of it. And also what we tell them, right? Because this is not just, like we mentioned, this is not just for them to get a free RC. That's not what we're here for, right? What we're here for is to bring awareness to veteran suicide, what's going on with our guys, and let them know that it's another organization here that are here for them, right? Our main goal is to go out to the trails. Like you guys said, go out to the trails, take them to events. That's most of the money that we have for the induction ceremony, and take veterans to events all over the states when we got the budget. So that's our main goal. Some chapters, they go out every week. Some of the guys that we stay in communication for, like for example, the guys in my chapter here in Florida. Some guys they call me, hey Javier, I don't feel good, man. I need to go out, man. I need to go out and decompress, and let's go, man. We just gather a group and we just go out to the trail. Like here, some of our guys here are in the chat here, local guy, Frank. There's a local hobby shop like 40 minutes from here, and we just met up there. They have a nice crawler course in the back, stuff like that, you know. And it's just about staying in contact and letting them know there's another veteran, another person here that, you know, they understand what we go through.
And that's a great message.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm so excited to see you guys expanding up here into the northern part of the hemisphere, I guess. And I mean, there's so many people up here that we've trailed with and talked to that go through that. I mean, one of the reasons we opened up the doors for Build Night was so guys could decompress and get out and talk. And I mean, not be judged on anything. So it's fantastic to see you guys take on somebody like Jake to introduce yourselves up here. And I think you're going to help so many guys up here that it's going to surprise everybody.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why
we got to have here that we got to practice our ace.
Right. Right.
Hey.
You know?
I'm looking
in the
forward.
States, yo.
I'm looking forward to do those inductions. We cannot wait to grow our chapter in Canada, right? We can't wait. I know there was a question of how many we had done in Canada. As of far, we haven't done none yet in Canada. Right now, it has taken us a little bit of time, but now as we get more funds coming in, we got the shirts there, Frank. If you see the shirts from our Canada chapter that Jake has, and now everything that we get from those stuff that we got there, we're gonna build up some induction rigs there for Canada, so we can start doing induction ceremony, building up those that veteran community out there. I'm very excited for this.
We have some fantastic hobby shops up here that are amazing families. You know, Paris and Hot Rod and all these guys. And I'm sure they would be very happy to speak with you and help you with some of that.
Oh, definitely. I would love that. Adam, Chad, Chris, just that's what we're here for. So you could reach out to me or to Jake. That's what we're working on. And I would love to be there when we do our first induction ceremony. Hopefully, that's what I'm planning for.
Well, just fly in. I'll pick you up.
Yeah.
You're down in Florida, right, Javier?
Yes, I am.
So we like to go trailing in January when it's about 40 below. So we'll try to do the first induction ceremony like mid-January. 3 feet of snow, 40 below.
I love the cold, so I'm good.
You love the cold. You love the Florida cold, my friend. You've never experienced Northern Ontario in middle of January cold.
Not 40 below, but I experienced 10 below, 15 below.
Oh no, that's nothing. It gets cold enough up here that you can take a squirt gun outside and make your own snow.
Yeah, we're still swimming in the lake at 10 below, man.
Hey, you guys know we have a chapter in Alaska as well, man. So they
oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Well, there's I wish I could remember the name of it, but there was a hobby shop up there and an outfitter store that bought a bunch of the canoes from here last year.
Oh, from Alaska?
Yep.
Sweet. Probably the one in Anchorage. The one in Anchorage?
Anchorage, yeah. He's bought a couple of them off it.
I forgot the name. I see we got them on Facebook. They're awesome.
Anchorage Hobbies.
Anchorage Hobbies right there. That hobby shop has been there forever. I think it's had passed through generations there. That hobby shop right there, man.
Yep.
It's awesome, man. I love it, man. See here, TT4C rock gunning. That's what I love, guys. So especially us veterans, you know, when we're together, you know, we feel we don't have to talk. We don't have to, whatever's going on, we don't have to talk. We know, right? As we see each other. But I like that what he says, you never truly let go a lot of the things that you see in the service or do in the service. It's great feeling when you can talk with another vet to ease that. So that's why just being amongst each other. Some of our guys that cannot walk that much, they just love to hang out in the booth or whatever we set up, they just want to stay there and talk. That's all, man. It just incredible. Florida ain't cold. I know that. I used to grew up I grew up between Puerto Rico and New York. So I know a little bit of that cold. Especially being in the military, you get, especially when you do some PT and -5 in shorts and shirts running at 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh my goodness. What else, guys? Oh my God, I think that's it, guys. Let me see here. Any question here that I can see there? Thank you, Frank. It's amazing that the shirt that looks awesome. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, we have a bunch of shirts there. This is just a first order for them. Now we know it's easier when we get the shirts. He got it like in a week after they were made.
Fast.
And that was fast. So we're very impressed with that.
Hey, Javier.
Yeah.
We're gonna. I got a few messages from a few buddies while we're talking. I'm sure more people are gonna ask. But if guys up here in Canada want to get a shirt, do we just get a hold of Jake? Do we direct them over to Jake, or what's the best bet?
Yes, to Jake. Yeah. Or if you guys reach out to us on our website, 11c.org, Jake has a contact info there as well. Or whoever gets it, we forward it to Jake. Oh yeah, Jake is the contact there. Yes.
Yeah, if you get a hold of he'll pass it on to me.
Yes.
We'll do.
We'll touch base on Jake and we'll make sure we pass the message on as well.
Yes.
All right.
I think we just got a certain amount each size. We'd have had that. I think maybe 4 or 5 of each.
It's a big box. I haven't really gone through it yet.
Actually, I think there were 6 of each side just for the first order.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be quite a few guys up here that are going to want those red and white ones, and they'll wear them proud.
Awesome. We are very excited about this one, man. Just awesome. Thank you, Kevin, brother. Kevin, one of our first supporters since we started, Kevin Gibbs, man. We always appreciate you, brother. Definitely. What else, guys? Anything else that we forgot to mention? I think that's it. we're gonna start saying our goodbyes. But before we do that, Chris, you're part of the family, bro. You're always welcome anytime you want to come and join us. Just always. Adam, Chad, the same thing, brothers. Whenever you guys want to come in, you guys are invited anytime. Just reach out, let us know.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so we're gonna start saying our goodbyes. I guess
We're
start with Bennett.
Canadian.
Hey,
Hey,
Oh, I love the whole Canadian panel. I thought it was a fantastic idea. I mean, we've had so much fun tonight. I would love to do it again.
Oh, yeah.
It's been an honor.
Definitely, we could do that again. Definitely. Go ahead, Bennett.
We'll have to get drag Dana out of the house, and he can join Chris on the
Yes.
GCM coach.
Well, he
Yeah.
has been with us before, Dana.
He's been a busy boy this year.
Yes.
We had
Chris.
we had the pleasure of seeing him have a little bit of a life breakup at Warsaw this summer. He came and joined us for dinner and a fire and some laughs. It was great. Because he's been busy. I think at the
Yes.
Warsaw event he had the Montreal Formula One
Oh,
race.
it was a Formula
Montreal
One.
And I
Grand
mean,
Prix.
Yeah.
the Grand Prix, and you can't drag that man away from a race. He'll watch it on a watch screen if he has.
That is
Well,
so-
even the Montreal Formula One, it is freaking awesome. You ever get a chance to go to that? Go. Like, it is killer. Even Montreal itself, the old French quarters, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris or Dana was saying that it's an amazing time to go and just enjoy all of the festivities that go along with the race.
Yeah, it is. The weirdest one though, if you go and watch that Formula E, they had it here in New York. It's weird to see these like cars flying by and no noise. Like it's so weird. Like, you know, like they're whizzing by and just the whine of like an electric motor. It's like so weird. But
Sounds like a TRX4.
Guys, don't forget about the raffle going on there on the chat. Don't forget about
Definitely.
that. Go ahead, Bennett.
Chris, Adam, Chad, thank you for spending your evening with us. But more importantly, make sure you thank your family for allowing you to spend your evening with us instead of them, because we know how much family time means to everybody.
Yes.
Everybody in the chat, thanks for coming out. Everybody have a phenomenal week. Smash that thumbs up on the way out.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for your service and thank you for everything you do, brother. Sean.
Thank you.
everybody in the chat and whoever watches afterwards, thank you very much. Without you guys, Operation 11 Charlie wouldn't be possible.
Yes.
Like every time we do a raffle, anything, you guys are showing the support. And thanks to guys coming on the panel. So, and Javier, as always, thanks for making me a part of it, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for what you do, brother. It's an honor to have you here with us. Jake?
Well, it's nice not being the lonely Canadian up here for one.
Right?
Same. And I don't think we converted anyone to saying A.
Hey?
Maybe next week. We'll have to check back next week. Anyways, thanks, guys. And we'll see you all next Monday.
Awesome, bro. Thank you. Thank you for what you do, Jake, brother. Adam, chat.
You know what? It's been an honor. We've been very excited to do this. I mean, it's been a pleasure to meet some new brothers tonight, and we really look forward to working with all of you on bringing Operation 11 Charlie up to the Great White North,
Yes.
right? And having some fun, eh?
Right?
Yeah, I agree with Chad, guys. We appreciate the talk. We this is a family, right? It's what more can you say? It's a family, and we really support what you guys are doing. We think it's fantastic, and hopefully we can get to meet Jake here in person sooner than later, and maybe we can do a little brain, a little thinking on that. But no, we appreciate it, guys. Thanks very much. We really appreciate everything you guys do,
And we will be back. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Definitely. Adam, Chad, it's just incredible, man. It's an honor and have people like you supporting us. We love it, man. Chris?
Javier,
I want to thank you for developing this over time. I've seen you be producing new leaders and new chapters, and you're doing such a great job leading this forward. So thank you so much for that. Appreciate all the viewers coming out today to see this, even if you're seeing it late. we love you just the same. Thank you so much for coming on to watch 11 Charlie tonight. And thank you to the rest of the panel. It was really fun to see you guys again. We don't get to connect in person very often, so I very rarely get to see Jake and the True North guys a little more often, but we got half a Canadian panel here today, so
Love it.
cheers, eh?
Hey, love it, brother.
Thank you so much, everybody.
This is just awesome. We got people from all over the world, and this is just a brotherhood, man. That's what we stand for here in Operation 11 Charlie, bro. That's just awesome, guys. People on the chat, we don't have the stuff ready for next Monday yet. If you guys follow us on social media, Operation 11 Charlie Inc. on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just stay tuned, and we'll promote whoever will be our next guest next Monday, guys. Also check our website, o11c.org, guys. Any of our veterans here in the panel on the chat, thank you for your service, family members. We cannot thank you guys enough. Thank you guys again. We'll see you on the next one. Stay safe out there.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome.